Now, hello there, people of the internet, and hello again. I am TheMBmulti, and welcome to part 104 of my Jurassic World Evolution Let's Play series. And this will be the final episode of this series for the time being. As I said in the previous episodes, I'm stopping this series right now because I'm finished with the entire campaign area. And although there is some new stuff that I'm going to talk about in a second, I am going to stop the series because I've done everything, and then I'm going to come back to it from time to time once they update new stuff. And some new stuff is actually here to show because today update 1.10 has been released, which also comes with some new DLC, which I've also already installed and used and stuff. So let me first talk about all the new stuff about 1.10, which primarily means sandbox for all islands. You need to get 4 stars on all of the islands, and then you have a special mode in the main menu where you can go to sandbox. And even if you go here to the menu here, as you can see, there's an entirely separate save for sandbox. So you can go to the menu, go to an island on sandbox, and then build it, and then separately save it here. And you don't have to overwrite it in the main campaign. So that is a huge thing. That's pretty cool because, as I mentioned before, the one thing that I really am missing in this episode, in this game, is an island generator where you can just, if you don't want to do this entire campaign, you just want to build a park, you just hop in, generate a new island, fresh, make it as easy or as difficult as you want, and then boom, there you just go. But that wasn't in the game. You had to do the entire campaign and go through all the islands, blah, blah, blah. But now we are actually pretty close to something because although it is still not an island generator because it's all of the islands that we've already very familiar with, it is a step in the right direction, I think. Because I can have separate saves here, so I can build a different version of Isla Nublar and save it here, and I don't have to destroy the Isla Nublar on this campaign, because that is what I otherwise would have to do if I wanted to start a new park. So now I can have a whole bunch of different parks in a separate save, and that's going to be very, very nice. So that is new. Sandbox for all islands, and you can separately save all those sandbox islands. Jesus Christ. So that is very good. It's very cool. I'm really liking it. As I said, I still would love an island generator to add to that. Like if you go sandbox on all the islands, and then also like, because when you go into the main menu, you can click on sandbox, and then you can of course choose between all of the islands in the game, and then you can start it, and then you can of course dictate all of the sandbox settings as you've seen when I was doing that on Isla Nublar. But it would be perfect if they added just one more extra option, which was like Mystery Island or something. And if you click that, then you get to an island generator screen where you can decide how big the island is going to be, how many hills are going to be on it, and all that type of stuff. That would be awesome. If they added that to the game, then, oh man, that would be perfect. But this is a huge step in the right direction, and I'm really, really liking it. Anyway, what also came along with this new update was new DLC, because we've got a whole bunch of DLCs already. We've gotten, the latest one was Claire's Sanctuary, which added oh, damn it. Oh no, the Baryonyx. Baryonyx number 1. Oh, which skin did you have? Coastal, okay. Because we had, the latest one was Claire's Sanctuary, which added the entire Sanctuary missions, which were Uranosaurus, Albertosaurus, and Euoplocephalus. But now we've got another very small DLC, which just adds some few dinosaurs, and that is the Herbivore DLC, because we already had the Carnivore DLC a couple months earlier. The Carnivore DLC added Proceratosaurus, Herrerasaurus, and Acrocanthosaurus. But now we have the Herbivore DLC. And the Herbivore DLC adds... what does the Herbivore DLC add? It adds Dryosaurus and Homalocephalae. So we've got all the dinosaurs from the original Jurassic Park Operation Genesis in the game, which is also fucking amazing. So we've got your Dryosaurus, Homalocephalae, and we've got an entirely new dinosaur, and I've already got that on this island. It is the Nigersaurus. This guy over here. It is a very small sauropod that lived in North Africa during the Cretaceous period. So, therefore, I put them in the same paddock with the Uranosaurs, because they also lived in North Africa in the Cretaceous period. So finally, we can't... Because I always had the issue that the Uranosauruses were the only North African herbivore dinosaurs that I could put in one paddock, you know, because, as I said before, I only want to put dinosaurs together that historically lived together. So I don't really want to put these together with other dinosaurs that lived somewhere completely differently. But no, I don't have to anymore, because now I can actually add the Nigersaurus to the Uranosaurus paddock. So that's very nice. Yeah, that's just very nice. I'm really liking this. So yeah, if I want to, I do, because the reason why I barely made Uranosaurus is because it felt like a waste of space, because I could only add one species, only the Uranosaurus, because, as I said, it was the only North African herbivore before. But now it's not anymore, because the Nigersaurus has joined him now. So that's nice. But as you can see, these are very small sauropods. Even a Uranosaurus is bigger. Well, of course, the sail on its back helps, but a Uranosaurus is basically bigger than this Nigersaurus. But yeah, it's a very interesting dinosaur. It's got a very wide mouth, because apparently it has over 500 teeth in there. So that's very interesting. And it's an entirely different species of sauropod as well. Because it kind of looks like a Diplodocus, because Diplodocus also held its neck horizontally. But if we go into the database... where is that thing? Nigersaurus. Here, it is part of this family, the Rabachisauridae, or whatever, or however you pronounce that. But yeah, as you can see, Middle Cretaceous. Yeah, these guys are from early Cretaceous, but still. It's a couple million years that we can just, like, you know, we can squeeze our eyes a little bit and we can let that one slide, I think. So yeah, by the way, if you want these new dinosaurs in the DLC, you just have to buy the DLC, and then here they are, these three. Homalocephalae, Dryosaurus, and Nigersaurus. They'll just immediately be unlocked. You don't have to have any special things. You just have to buy the DLC, now you can immediately research them. And if you want to know where to find them, the Dryosaurus is here in the Morrison Formation. The Nigersaurus is here in the Tegma beds, together with Uranosaurus and Suchomimus, and then Homalocephalae is over here in the Nemegt formation, or you pronounce that differently, I don't know, together with Parasaurolophus, Gallimimus, Velociraptor. So that's why you have to do. As you can see, I've already got them on 100%, and I've already modified them as well. I haven't released them all yet. I'm going to release Dryosaurus in the Sandbox Island. I have to change it a little bit. But yeah, it's only got 8 rating, which really reminds me of the Dryosaurus from the original Operation Genesis. Because that only had one. That was the only dinosaur in the entire game that had 1 star. And this is kind of the same. It's got such a low rating. But still, they're cute. So yeah, Nigersaurus is a North African herbivore that we can add together with Uranosaurus, so that Uranosaurus doesn't have to be alone with a herd of its own species the whole time anymore. So that's nice. Alright, so let's first release this Baryonyx, so that the other Baryonyx isn't alone anymore. Okay, how old is this Baryonyx? Yeah, this Baryonyx is also over his lifespan. How... Okay, you've got rainforest, so... that's a Dryosaurus. Baryonyx. You need rainforest. Apply. And we'll already preemptively incubate that. It won't stick around, but if I ever have to go back here for some reason... Like, for example, to do research. Because you can't do research on Isla Nublar. Because, of course, you've got unlimited money, so that's kind of cheating. Oh yeah, what's also new is that if you paint a different color of ground over a Dryosphere, or a Jurassic Tour path, it won't be blocked out anymore. Because if you remember, the Dryosphere Tour was on dirt, and that dirt would always block out whatever you painted over it. Because the dirt road would be on top always, so that you could have like some very ugly effects with the sands being like underneath it. But as you can see, they've patched it out, and now it actually just, you know, it does by default makes it a dirt road, as you can see, because you can still clearly see the dirt. But if I were to paint this over it, as you can see, it just changes. But yeah, you can't have it grass. You can only have it dirt. Dirt or any of the others. But you can't have grass over here. Which kind of makes sense, because of course those cars or cryospheres drive over that continuously. So of course there would be like not as much grass on there as usual. And of course, if you have grass on here without any plants, it still gets as high as that. And it doesn't really make sense when the road has a whole bunch of grass over it, you know? But yeah, if you paint sand over it, or rocks or whatever, as you can see, it just goes over it now. So you don't have to worry about... Because I always ran into the trouble if you put this road next to the water, because I usually paint the water's edge sand or rocks or whatever. I always had the issue that, of course, it would look very ugly, because this would always be dirt. But that problem is solved now, because they've patched it out. So some very good updates coming along with update 1.10. And as I said, although this will be the final episode for now, once there is new updates or new content or whatever, I will make new episodes. And then I'll stop it again, and then until there's new stuff, I'll make new episodes and stuff like that. Anyway, now I'm going to go to the Sandbox Islands, and I'm going to do what I was originally going to do on this playthrough, and that was give you a tour over my Sandbox Isla Nublar Island. So we'll see you on the other islands.
Jurassic World. We hope you have a safe and enjoyable stay with us.
Yes, alright, so here we are back on Isla Nublar, and yeah, in the rest of this episode, the final episodes, I'm going to spend... Yes, arigato. And the rest of this episode is going to be spent showing you guys the island as one of the visitors. So yes, so we're going to start off here, of course, at the arrival point. Of course, with the perimeter fence going behind it. I still really like this, that you can make it go underneath here. I saw that in the Doctor Wu, one of the Doctor Wu islands, and yeah, I've continued doing that ever since. Anyway, once you exit the arrival point from over here, you immediately arrive at the main street, and as you can see, it's very busy over here. They've got all the shops here, toy shop. Oh, this is full. One of the only shops that are full, actually. Yeah, well, gift shop, toy shop, arcade, 2 fast food restaurants, bar, fossil zone, bowling alley, clothes shop, and restaurant, and of course ending up in the innovation center, which doesn't earn anything because we don't have divisions on this island. But yeah, even though it's extremely busy, none of these, basically barely any of these shops are full. Which is a bit weird, but okay. Alright, so then we're gonna go over here. I really like that you can do this as well, that you can like, kind of sort of like, with these corners of these shops, direct people towards a certain area. And then we're gonna go to the first stop of our tour, the Jurassic tour through our first paddock that I ever made on this island. Why doesn't it automatically start at the car that just left? Why does it do that? That's really annoying. See, they're just now, this car just now left the station. Why the hell doesn't it start with that one when I press right cryosphere? That's... Oh, there we go. Now we're starting from the beginning. Alright, so here we go. Took a little while. And this car is full of security personnel who's supposed to be working. Yeah, so here we go. We have all three of our Brachiosauruses. So yeah, oh yeah, this is the North American Jurassic Safari paddock. And we also have some we have some European Jurassic carnivores behind that fence, but they're not really part of the paddock. And there is one of the new dinosaurs that was added because by the DLC. Oh. Yeah, here, we're right in the middle of a herd of Dryosaurus. Because those are the new guys from the mod. From the DLC mod. Those are the new guys from the DLC, Dryosaurus. And of course they lived in North America in the Jurassic, so therefore I added them here. I also got unlimited population on all of the dinosaurs. You can turn that on and off. Oh, it's a Diplodocus. You can turn that on and off in Sandbox. And I've turned it off because you can't actually put them in here because the Stegosauruses will think it's too busy then.
Apatosaurus is a large sauropod with a long neck and correspondingly sized tail for balance. Its name means deceptive lizard.
I don't really see an Apatosaurus, to be honest. Yeah, I seriously don't see an Apatosaurus, so... Oh, there! There in the back, I think. Oh, that's another Diplodocus, I don't actually know. There's an Apatosaurus. I'll show you guys, I'll give you guys a better look at the dinosaurs once we're out of the car.
This tour can encounter difficult terrain, and you must keep your seatbelt fastened until the ride is complete.
Don't worry, I will. I mean, my seatbelts are so fast, I can't even turn around further than this. And here we can have a little glimpse at the operations behind Jurassic World, or Jurassic Park. I'm still reluctant to call it Jurassic World. It's still just Jurassic Park in my mind. Excuse me. And there we go. And we're back here. And as I said, this is a bit of the operations. There's a greenhouse, security center, the ACU center with the ACU chopper, and the ranger station with these awesome jeeps. But yeah, I'll show you guys the dinosaurs a little bit better, rather than from the car that we've seen. Of course, Diplodocus over here. Brachiosaurus, but we already just saw Brachiosaurus. Yeah, okay, here's the Apatosaurus that the Jeep picked up. So here's one Apatosaurus. Then Camarasaurus should be the other dinosaur, only other dinosaur that we... Well, I can add Camarasaurus because I've turned population off. Well, then again, I don't know whether this paddock is big enough for Camarasaurus. Because Camarasaurus needs more space than a Brachiosaurus, and Brachiosaurus is half the size of a Camarasaurus. And I know that doesn't make sense, but that's just how the game works. So here we have a herd of Stegosaurus. We didn't really see them during the tour either. And here is our herd of Dryosaurus. Look at them. They make some weird sounds, though. They don't make the cute chirping noises that they did in Operation Genesis. I've got 8 in here, by the way. 4 of these brown ones and 4 of these green ones. This is steppe skin and this is jungle. But yeah, look at how cute! Like they're sticking together as a herd as well. These Dryosauruses. Here, their population. The social group is here. Their ideal population is 25, and their social group is a maximum of 22. So a huge herd of 22 Dryosauruses is completely fine with them. But as you can see, they only give half a star. They've got a rating of 9. And I have modified them. You can barely do any good modifications to them as well. But yeah, they've only got 9 rating, which is very sad, but I still like them, okay? Yeah, you have to put them in a ridiculously small paddock for them to become... for a long time, for them to become angry. But yeah, Dryosaurus. They're looking quite cute, as they always do. Alright, so I'm going to exit here through the Jurassic tour, and we're going to walk across the main road to viewing gallery over here, because that was the Jurassic herbivores, and over on this side we have the North American Jurassic carnivores. Here we have our duo of Allosaurus. Ah, there's the other one. So yeah, Al and Allison is how I've named them. I haven't really said that on camera, but I've named them Al and Allison. Al is this guy over here, and Allison is this female over here. And Allison is hungry. But yeah, Allosaurus, the top predator of the Jurassic. And of course, 3 fingers on each hand. But primarily known for the extremely large bony cresty things above their eyes. And yeah, these were the top predators during the Jurassic. And they're a bit shy because they don't really want to be near the viewing galleries. Allison is completely shy. She just disappears over there. Al was alright. Al was just hanging out over there. Of course, Al is referring to Big Al, which is, I believe, the largest or the first or something like that Allosaurus skeleton ever found. And they're gonna have a bit of a fight. Let's see who's on top. Looks like Al is on top. Or no, maybe not. Oh, yes, yes. Al is on top. Allison's running off. Even though she was the one roaring all the time. Anyway, yeah, there's not really any like perfect way to go through the park. So I'm just gonna go in the same, roughly in the same order that I built it. So we're gonna walk along here now. And we're going to the most useless viewing gallery. Which is this one, because there is this post from the monorail station right in front of us. This is the Ceratopsian Cretaceous Safari, which features Triceratops over there, Torosaurus over there, Styracosaurus over there, and also Nasutoceratops, because as I said, I turned population to unlimited. So therefore I thought, well, since population is not an issue anymore, it doesn't really make any sense that Nasutoceratops is the only Ceratopsian not in the Ceratopsian Safari paddock. So, therefore I've moved Nasutoceratops to this paddock instead. So they're together with all the other Ceratopsids. So Nasutoceratops, Styracosaurus, Triceratops, and Torosaurus in the Ceratopsian Safari area. And then over here, as you can see, I've also modified this area because I've put a fence in here. I've split this area in half. This used to be only one paddock, but that was way too large for the dinosaurs to be in there. So therefore I split it in 2. And now this is the North African Cretaceous Safari, which has Uranosaurus over there on the left. And it also has Nigersaurus in front of us. And there's another Nigersaurus. So yeah. Now this is the North African Jurassic Cretaceous Safari. And then over here we still have the North American Cretaceous Safari. Also with the new dinosaur, Maiasaura, I've added. Maiasaura, Edmontosaurus, Parasaurolophus, Corythosaurus, and Struthiomimus. It is very busy, but population-wise it's fine. And size-wise it's fine, because I haven't turned size off. Because you can also turn off how much forest and everything they need. You can also turn that entirely off. That's the grass and the forest thing is just completely... As you can see, population goes all the way to there because I've turned that to unlimited. But I can also turn that into unlimited. But as you can see, this is still more than big enough for these guys. So yeah, it's a very busy paddock, but they actually quite like it this way. So, we're going to do the second Jurassic tour of the day. Oh, please start with that car. Yes, there we go. We're starting with this car. Alright, so right off we're into the North African Cretaceous Safari. With Uranosaurus and Nigersaurus. Oh, there's a Nigersaurus shuffling the car about. Shuffling the car about.
Ornithomimids has a spiked thumb, albeit much smaller than that of the iguanodon. Not at all dangerous to predators.
Talking about the Uranosaurus over on the other side. I'm curious what they say about Nigersaurus. Or Dryosaurus, because I haven't even heard that either, what they say about it. I use the Jurassic World Evolution wiki a lot, especially because I want to have a quick glance at how the skins look like before I implement them. Because you can't see what the skins look like in the game unless you actually hatch the dinosaur. So usually it's easier on the wiki. But it would be awesome if in the wiki they also add all the dialogue that you can get for those dinosaurs from the tours. Because it's not on the dinosaur page. Oh. Yeah, talk about the sail of the Uranosaurus. Hi, Nigersaurus. Hi. But yeah, it doesn't say anything, it doesn't put all the dialogue in the wiki. Which has been unfortunate, but whatever. But yeah, I'm curious what they say about everything. But it looks like we've missed our opportunity for Nigersaurus because we're leaving the paddock already, obviously. So now we're entering the...
Sometimes it is necessary to transport a dinosaur to another enclosure or to the mainland. Such actions are taken by the highly trained ACUTs.
So yeah, now we're entering the North American Cretaceous Safari. Rather the Hadrosaur part of it. Speaking of Hadrosaurs, there's our first Corythosaurus. And look at them all over there. Look at all the Parasaurolophuses they're socializing over there at the river edge.
Have been a favorite attraction since the beginnings of Jurassic Park, when they lived in an enclosure with Brachiosaurus.
Yeah. It's totally historically inaccurate, because there's a couple million years between Parasaurolophus and Brachiosaurus, but whatever. I mean, it doesn't really matter, because it's not like those Parasaurolophuses remember, hey, hang on a minute, back when I was alive 65 million years ago, I didn't see you guys, but whatever. It's just, you know, for... It doesn't really mean anything, but I just like it this way.
Edmontosaurus's crest is made from soft tissue, rather than the bony crests seen in other species of hadrosaur.
There's the herd of Maiasaura. Whoa! We got shoved to the side by Struthiomimus. Oh no, not another one. Hi, Struthio. Leave us alone, please. Oh god, the car over there is also being pummeled slightly by the Edmontosaurus. Whoa! That TheMBmulti just took out that car. Whoa! Oh my god, this is really scary. Oh god! Oh god! Yeah, the thing is we can't move because there's so many dinosaurs, but because there's so many dinosaurs we're also getting knocked around a lot. Ah, you had what Parasaurolophus, whoa. There's a herd of Strutheos running by. There's an Edmontosaurus really close. Who's shoving? Who's shoving us? There's a Maiasaura going between the cars.
TheMBmulti is a bird-like dinosaur that lived across North America. The name means ostrich mimic, from the long developed hind legs and bipedal structure indicating a fast runner.
Yeah, there is a TheMBmulti. Can we just turn around and get back on the roads, please? We're gonna be the last ones around. We're gonna be the last ones that are gonna drive back, aren't we? TheMBmulti was just casually shoving that car away. Sloving.
Some dinosaurs are shy.
Buh.
Prefer the cover offered by the forest, so may not be visible, but they can see, hear, and smell you.
I mean, we're getting quite like nice loud amount of like dialogue. Okay. Turn this car around. And we still have to wait because after all this time there's still an Edmontosaurus on the road. Oh, and there's this guy. Coming really close. And too close.
This tour can encounter difficult terrain, and you must keep your seatbelt fastened until the ride is complete.
Why do you do these generic dialogues? We're right in the middle of a huge herd of different dinosaurs. For a while now, actually. Here, Corythosaurus. Tell me something about Corythosaurus. Or Maiasaura, actually. I do not really like the heavy shaking of this car.
TheMBmulti has large eyes and no teeth, but with 4 limbs and longer claws than other genera of its type.
Ah! Hello, Corythosaurus. Would you mind? You don't even know what grass is. Just leave. I've got feeders for you somewhere else. And when you eat grass, it doesn't even add to your food rating thing. Okay, there we go, finally. So, we're no longer being held hostage by the Cretaceous herbivores. Whew. Alright, so now we're going to be held...
Is a hadrosaur that once lived in North America. They are herbivorous and enjoy the social interaction of living in herds.
I don't know which one that was. I thought she said Uranosaurus. Alright, so now we're gonna be held hostage by the Ceratopsids. As we are already gonna be stuck probably behind this herd of Ceratops. Oh no, actually we can pass. Nice. We're gonna be stuck behind that Styracosaurus though. Even though the Nasutoceratops looks pretty small when you hatch it, it's still larger than the truck, which is pretty badass. Yeah, we are behind the...
Although Nasutoceratops has a very large snout, it is purely decorative. Her sense of smell is no better than other sauropods.
Ah, thank you for telling me. They are smaller though in the Pseudoceratops, because as you can see, the Styracosaurus next to us is a lot larger than the car. Do 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 do.
The Pseudoceratops is set apart from other cephalopods by her long curved horns, which are not unlike our modern cattle.
Yeah, they look like the horns of oxes or something. There we go, thank you. Oh. You being a dangerous boy over there. What are you doing, challenging our trucks? Oh, look at that, the herd of Torosaurus has moved in the rocky area.
The vast range of Torosaurus indicates that she lived in a variety of environments, using her beak and shearing teeth to eat tough vegetation, probably ferns.
Hey, Triceratops. Hi! Wow, this rain actually lasts for quite a while.
Torosaurus is an irritable dinosaur. She can accelerate to dangerous speeds and charge anything she is not comfortable with.
Yeah, like a tour truck. Oh, there's another Torosaurus. Moving to the river's edge. And we're stuck behind the grazing Triceratops. At least we're not being shoved around as much as we were in the other paddock.
Dinosaurs will often congregate around feeders and water sources.
Yeah, so we're just looking at the ass of a Triceratops.
Some dinosaur species are naturally shy and may be hiding in nearby forests.
Come on, you haven't even told me anything about Triceratops yet. And we're literally stuck behind one. This grazing animation really takes its time. I already knew that, but when you're stuck behind it in a tour car, it's like, holy shit.
The large bony frill and three horns serve to make Triceratops one of the best-known dinosaurs, and this makes her a popular attraction.
It's pretty funny. She says, like, yeah, like a frill behind her neck and large three horns, but Torosaurus has the exact same thing, and the Pseudoceratops also basically has the same thing, so it's not like it's only Triceratops that has three horns and a frill, because Torosaurus also has three horns and a frill. The Pseudoceratops, then again, doesn't have a horn on its nose, so it only has two horns and a frill, but still. Do not feed the... No, because they're eating grass in front of us. Which doesn't add to their hunger bar. Which is weird still, but okay. Alright, so this Triceratops finally moved out of the way. But in the meantime, this Triceratops, with his also with his grazing animation, is in front of us again. And then again, he's about to move out of the way. Oh, there we go. He finished as well.
Please remain seated for the duration of the ride.
Why is everybody panicking over there? What happened? There we go. Finally. There we go. Almost there. We were almost there for quite a while, but, you know, grazing animations. It's important, you know? Alright, there we go. And there are a whole bunch of cars waiting. But, okay. That was the extended Cretaceous tour. And with extended, I mean the addition of North Africa. Tyrannosaurus and Nigersaurus. Right, so then we're going to walk over to this side. And hopefully we can catch a glimpse of some dinosaurs here. Doesn't look like it. Alright, maybe on the other side. Ah, there's one. Oh, they're over here. They're next to the fence. Dilophosaurus. 6 of them. So yeah, they're... In the tour card they were talking about dinosaurs that may be shy. Well, Dilophosaurus is one of them. Usually you have to be pretty lucky to see them, because they usually hide in the woods a lot. They also have like the most amount of woods in the paddock out of all of the dinosaurs. Well, with the exception of the Mamenchisaurus area. So yeah, they're just socializing over here. Yeah, they've exceeded well beyond their lifespan, but of course that's because I've got them on unlimited age. So I don't have to replace everyone all the time. So yeah, that's also because they're so shy all the time. That's why I put the feeders in front of the viewing galleries, so that at least you have sometimes, a couple times a day, where you can possibly see these guys. As they come over for dinner. I really like their purple skin. Shows them that they're actually poisonous. Or is it venomous? In the movie they say poisonous. Doesn't poisonous mean that it is, that if you eat it, then you get harmed by it? And does it venomous mean that if it attacks you, if it bites you, then you're and then it kills you, you know? Like if you bite it and you die, it is poisonous. And if it bites you and you die, it's venomous. I believe that's how it works. But in the movie they say, we now know that the Dilophosaurus is actually poisonous. So that would indicate that they've got poison in their bloodstream. And then if you eat a Dilophosaurus, you'll die. So there we go. They've eaten their fill. And now they've disappeared off into the woods again. Probably back here somewhere. Oh, there's a dead goat over there. This guy's standing behind the wood's edge. Yeah, you see they're all just in the middle of the woods. They're pretty shy, so they don't really show very often. Alright, so then we've got... we're walking over to this other side. And then we've got some other safari paddocks. Over here we have the European Cretaceous Safari. Which features this Pulacanthus and this herd of Iguanodon. We're also panicking for some reason, I don't know why. And this is a double paddock, because this is also part of the European Safari. But these are the carnivores. These are the Baryonyxes. Of course, I'm not going to put them together in the same paddock because that's just going to be, well, it's going to be feast and party time for them. And it's going to be a horrible nightmare time for the others. Well, except for the Polacanthus, perhaps. Well, and then again, an iguanodon can also defend itself, but whatever. And then over here we have a completely different safari area. We have the Chinese Jurassic Safari, which has Gigantospinosaurus over here on the left. Huayangosaurus over there. There should also be Chungkingosaurus somewhere, but I don't see one right now. And Mamenchisaurus. Longest neck in the park. It isn't the largest dinosaur in the game. The largest dinosaur is the Dreadnoughtus, which we also have, but it's not in this paddock. Although, if you put them together, I still think a Mamenchisaurus is larger than a Dreadnoughtus. But according to all the game files, and the descriptions and everything, Dreadnoughtus is the largest dinosaur to have ever existed. Or the largest land animal to have ever existed. I mean, I can check, just to make sure. Dreadnoughtus, there you are. 65 tons, equivalent to 7 T-Rexes. Dreadnoughtus is not just the largest dinosaur ever discovered, it's the largest animal known that ever walked the earth. The name Dreadnoughtus alludes to the dreadnought, a type of battleship, and it means fears nothing. But they used to be scared of carnivores, but they're not anymore, because they updated that. And then because we have the largest herbivore, which is Dreadnoughtus, and we also have the largest carnivore in the park. In the world, in the park. And that is Spinosaurus. Yeah, it was the largest known theropod and land carnivore to have ever existed. Spinosaurus. Unfortunately not Giganotosaurus. Because Giganotosaurus and Dreadnoughtus are in the same paddock. It would be awesome if Giganotosaurus was the largest dinosaur ever to have existed. Or the largest carnivore, I mean, sorry. But yeah, we'll get to that. Anyway, first we need to start another tour. This time in the Cryosphere, not in a Jurassic tour. And this goes through the European Safari, and it also goes through the Chinese Jurassic Safari. It's so simple. There we go. Alright, so starting off in the European Cretaceous Safari, the herbivore part of it, with Iguanodon and Polacanthus. Why did the music just come?
Iguanodon uses her spiked thumbs to defend against predators, to break into seeds and fruit, or to strip leaves from branches.
Yeah, and there's also Polacanthus in there, but the audio thing didn't say anything about that, unfortunately. They usually...
The Gyrosphere shell can even withstand a direct impact from an Ankylosaurus tail club.
Yeah, we're not in an Ankylosaurus paddock, but whatever, thanks for the info. But yeah, Polacanthus fossils were usually found together with fossils of Iguanodon, so they probably lived together. Nice. Baryonyx. Carnivores from Europe as well, in the Cretaceous. Don't know what's up with the music. The music just keeps cutting out for some strange reason. Right, they didn't say anything.
Fossil evidence showing fish scales and juvenile iguanodon bones in her stomach region have informed her care. We have recently supplemented her carnivorous diet with new pescatarian options.
Yeah. So yeah, what's it called? Iguanodon bones in the stomachs of Baryonyxes. So yeah, that shows that they also hunted Iguanodon. So that's what it said, mutual protection against Baryonyxes, because those were among the carnivores that lived in Europe during that time of the Cretaceous. And they also ate fish, and that's why they updated that with fish things. Or as the audio tour calls it. Oh.
Possesses large spatula-shaped teeth, meaning she can chew plant matter rather than use gizzard stones as other sauropods do.
Yeah. But as the game said, they didn't add fish, they added pescatarian options. And yeah, also the Iguanodon were known to have back teeth, because they can chew plants as well, Iguanodon. And they were one of the first, or at least one of the most successful ones, the Iguanodon. And apparently Mamenchisaurus also did that. And there she goes, into the woods. Well, we're behind, I believe, a gigant Spinosaurus.
Chongqingosaurus is one of the smallest known stegosaurs. The name means Chongqing lizard, a reference to where the fossils were first discovered.
I don't really see a Chongqingosaurus. I also like that they say Chongqingosaurus is the smallest stegosaurus, but they're just as large as Huayangosaurus and Gigantspinosaurus. They're exactly the same size, well, roughly the same size, and they are the smallest. Like they said, like they're so much smaller. Which really, like, they're not so much smaller, they're just, I guess, a bit smaller. But yeah, I don't see a Chongqingosaurus. I only see Gigantspinosaurus up ahead, and also Huayangosaurus.
Backplates for defense against predators.
Yeah, well, that. Well, at least is that we're not being shaken about so as violently as we were in the Jurassic tour.
Huayangosaurus is a small stegosaur discovered in China. Its name means Huyang lizard, from the region they were first recovered.
Yeah, but the Gigantspinosaurus up ahead is still blocking us. And I don't even want to know how many Gryspheres are behind me. And even if I do want to know, I can't look. Oh, there we go, we're finally moving. Whoa, I think a Grysphere despawned in front of us, I think. Hello, Gigantspinosaurus.
Jurassic World engineers have developed glass tempered to withstand the venomous spray of a Dilophosaurus.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't scare me like that. You've got very cute tiny spikes on your tail. So yeah, I still don't see a Chongqingosaurus. I don't know why the audio just started speaking about Chongqingosaurus, because I don't see one. I see Huayangosaurus over there to the left. And that is a Gigantspinosaurus over on the right. It looks like he's poking his face between the two fence posts.
Gigantspinosaurus possesses small dorsal plates and much larger shoulder spines.
Yeah, much larger. Oh hey, the Grysphere above us disappeared as well. Don't you love those teleporting cryospheres? Whoa, hi. You can have a good look at the skin this way. But yeah, I see Huyangosaurus. If you look all the way on the left, that's Huyangosaurus. A Chunkingosaurus just passed by. I still don't see a Chunkingosaurus. Oh, a Gigantospinosaurus.
Maintain a steady speed of 5 miles per hour and are remotely controlled for the best possible dinosaur experiences.
Yeah, because otherwise you'll get kids tampering with the controls. Which is not what you want. Ah, there we go, finally. Just a little further. Thank you. Let's see if you can find a Chunkingosaurus actually to see, instead of the audio talking about it without me seeing it. And also the other Mamenchisauruses, which are super large.
Is a medium-sized stegosaur that inhabited prehistoric China. Her name means enormous spine lizard.
Yeah. Also, what I wanted to say, Mamenchisaurus, which ironically, although it has like one of the largest necks of all the dinosaurs, it's still not quite high enough to get above the tree line. And they love a fuck ton of trees, so you have to put this many trees in to satisfy them. But whatever. Yeah, there's the shadow of the monorail passing by. And there's the perimeter fence. If they walk behind them, then it's kind of a big deal, because then they're off. Then they're off to the rest of the islands.
Every dinosaur you see represents countless hours of meticulous work from a wide-ranging team, including geneticists, handlers, and scientists.
They've got this entire part of the paddock and nobody's using that. So sad. But they want it, because otherwise they're going to complain that the paddock's not small enough, even though they're all going to sit in the same spot forever. Like, if you want this much room, you should use this much room. Oh, hello, Gigantospinosaurus! Hi. Hey, you hit me!
Chunkingosaurus can use her tail spikes to defend herself against much larger predators.
Don't complain. You hit me. I came from the right. So unless you're from the UK, which you're not, you're from China, you should let me go by first. And you just came crashing out of the woods like a madman. Oh, there's a Chunkingosaurus. Well, there you go. You've seen the Chunkingosaurus. Oh, no, never mind. There they are. There are the other three. There was one in the forest over there. This is the Chunkingosaurus. Yes, you see, it's not really much smaller than any of the other stegosaurs you've seen so far. They've got 6, or... No, they've got...
You know that a gyrosphere's glass is tough enough to stop a 50 caliber bullet.
They've got 8 spikes on their tail. It's pretty badass. But yeah, they're not, like, that much smaller than any of the other stegosaurids from China. We've only seen that one Mamenchisaurus, and we haven't seen any of the others. I guess they're all in the woods here to the left. But as I said, the woods are so large, even with their long necks, they won't reach above it. Whoa.
Mamenchisaurus is a large sauropod with an extremely long neck. She lived in what is now China, and her name means Mamenchi lizard, in reference to where fossils have been found.
Hey, Baryonyx. Welcome back. Oh, hello, goats. Welcome back. So, we're back in Cretaceous Europe. In carnivorous Cretaceous Europe, to be specific. And there's a baryonyx standoff right in front of us.
Baryonyx on its first finger. She can be extremely aggressive.
Yeah, for a medium-sized dinosaur. Alright, and then we're almost back to where we started.
Want something memorable to take home with you? Souvenirs are available to purchase at the gift shop.
Thanks for reminding, because otherwise we might not make enough money! Money, money, money! I have to admit, I don't actually see dinosaurs, I only see walking dollar signs. Ching-ching! No, that's not true. Euro sign. Okay, sorry, I just couldn't resist. Anyway, that was this tour. European Safari and also the Chinese Jurassic Safari. And that is the other side of the Allosaurus area. Then, we've got another Cryosphere tour over here. And that is the Cretaceous Chinese Safari. There we go. Right in the proper one. This features Sinoceratops, Tintaosaurus, Olorotitan, Gallimimus, Ornithomimimus, and there it is, by far the smallest dinosaur we've ever got, Homalocephalae. Oh yeah, just fucking drive over his head, sure. Look at how, did you see how incredibly small that is? That's ridiculous. And cute. Ridiculously cute. That's what it is. And there's Gallimimus.
Gallimimus is an ostrich-like dinosaur regarded for its cheetah-like speed. Its name means chicken mimic.
Yeah, because chicken in Latin is like Gallus Gallus or something. Gallus Gallicus, something along those lines. And mimus means mimic. There's another Homalocephalae. But yeah, the Gallimimuses are very large as well. They're very large ornithopods. And it's also pretty funny because you also have a dinosaur called Ornithomimus. And that also lived in North America in the Cretaceous, just like Struthiomimus. So Ornithomimus is basically... Well, they're all part of the Ornithomimidae family, but Ornithom... Blah, 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 blah.
And lived during the Cretaceous period. They are one of the largest known ornithomimids.
Yeah, that's what it says. But yeah, Ornithomimids is the family name, but there's also a dinosaur called Ornithomimus. So that's kind of weird. It's like the beginner of the family or something. Start of the family. But yeah, Gallimimus is the largest Ornithomimid in the paddock, on the park, whatever. And then we also have Ornithomimids, which is like one of the smallest Ornithomimids, which is pretty funny. And then, as I said, we also have some...
Experience of a lifetime? Then make sure you capture that perfect dinosaur selfie.
That perfect dinosaur selfie, huh? Hashtag dinosaur selfie, hashtag blessed, hashtag Jurassic World, hashtag didn't get eaten, hashtag fucking journey of a lifetime or something, I don't know. Ah, this does actually feel like 21st century. And there we've got the herd of Centaurosauruses. And also the Olorotitan, which is the largest hadrosaur in the game.
Centaurosauruses' distinctive crest is not made of solid bone. A tubed structure reduces weight while remaining relatively strong.
So yeah, this is the Chinese safari. Also very busy. It's pretty funny also if you look at the dinosaurs, especially the families, because the species are different, but even though this is in China and the North America is completely on the other side of the world, they've got the same families that rule during the Cretaceous. You know? Ceratopsids, Hadrosaurus, Ornithomimids, and Pachycephalosauridae. It's all the same. They're just different species, but it's the same family. It's very interesting. So yeah, I'll really quickly see if we can find some of the other dinosaurs. So yeah, of course we have some lower titans here. Here are some very large Gallimimus. Gallimimus? Is that the plural of Gallimimus? I don't know. Gallimimus is I guess, a lot easier. They also sound a bit like chickens. Or turkeys. So here is Ornithomimids, a herd of Ornithomimids. As I said, they're also in here. They're a lot smaller Ornithomimids. They're smaller than Struthiomimus as well. They're the smallest ones in the game. So we've got the smallest Ornithomimids over here. And then we have the largest Ornithomimids over here. You look at that compared to humans. Nobody cares. Hey, that guy's got a Jurassic World t-shirt. Look at him. But yeah, I'm trying to find Homalocephalae. Centaurosaurus are making noise. There we go. I've got 5 of these guys in here. 3 with this skin, which is the rainforest skin. The reason why I put this skin in is just because it kind of looks like the skin that they originally had in Operation Genesis. So yeah, this is a Pachycephalosaurid. So it of course will also headbutt against enemies if it encounters any. Where are the others? Oh, there we go. There are the others. So 3 have got that blue skin, which looks a bit like the Operation Genesis skin. And then 2 have got this skin, which is, I believe, wetlands? Yeah, wetlands. Which I thought looked pretty cool. Green and a bit of like purplish blue. And a bit of yellow on top of their heads. Looks really nice. But yeah, look at how they make very cute noises, and look at how small they are. You can almost pick them up and put them in your back pockets, you know, and like take them back to the mainland as hand luggage. That's how small they are. Alright, so really quickly we have to go towards this area, because otherwise we're going to miss out on 2 paddocks. Here is an empty paddock. Beautiful, isn't it? No, this isn't empty. Obviously. Ah, there we go. It features Deinonychus, my favorite dinosaur from the game. Just because of their skins. And because of the weirdness of their design, which I really like for some reason. Like the little crest on top of their heads, which carries through on their tail. I really like that. And also really like the skins. So these are the males, the purple ones with red, and then the females are these green ones, which are actually very hard to spot sometimes. I've had it many times before, where I was driving through this paddock with the Ranger Jeep, and you can't kill dinosaurs with the Jeep in this game. The Jeep automatically stops. But then the Jeep, I was driving full speed, and suddenly the Jeep slowed down. I was like, what the hell? Why the hell is the Jeep slowing down? And then apparently there was one of these green Deinonychuses in front of me that I didn't even see. Which was really funny. So yeah, Deinonychus, a herd of, how many? 6? Yeah, 6. Or a pack of 6, I should say. A pack of 6. 2 males and the rest female. So yeah, I really like these guys. They're really cool. And then on the other side, we have the other raptors of the game. There they are. Velociraptor. Because, of course, I have added all the dinosaurs from the original Jurassic Park in this park. At least. Of course, I've added a whole bunch of my own dinosaurs that I just wanted, but at least all the dinosaurs from the original Jurassic Park are in this park. The only exception is Microceratus, that was in the original park and isn't in this park, and that's just plain and simple because Microceratus isn't in the game. So it's kind of hard to add it if it isn't in the game. So yeah, here we've got the Velociraptors. 3 of them, just like in the movie. Well, I actually bred 8 originally, but yeah, when she came in, she took over the pride and killed all but 2 of the others. That's not true, but I just wanted to say that line. So yeah, 3 Velociraptors. In a desert paddock, because of course Velociraptor mongoliensis, they lived in the Gobi Desert. So therefore they've got this desert paddock. Also, I've, as you can see, because of that new update, I've actually painted all of this around so that the desert is now fully around, you know? So that's really nice. Alright, so let's go back here. And then here we have actually an area that you haven't seen before because I've done this off camera. This was the final area of the park that I left unfinished. I was going to finish this in this episode, but I was looking at it, it's like, yeah, that's going to be like a 10-minute video. And then I have to do the tour that will make it extremely long. But then again, this episode will already be pretty long anyway, due to the new updates, but whatever. Therefore, I just did this off camera. It's not really that interesting. Not like you've missed a whole bunch of interesting stuff that happened or anything. So over here we have another Cretaceous double paddock. Featuring Ceratopsids on this side, Pentaceratops and Chasmosaurus. And on the other side, Ankylosaurus and Nodosaurus. And we have a Jurassic tour going through as well. So we've got another tour to participate in. Or, well, we don't really participate, to ride rather. So just wait until a car leaves the station. We'll have to wait a little bit because those guys are arriving. In the meantime, I guess I can show you the other paddock that you guys didn't see me building. The Herrerasaurus paddock. This was the final paddock that I needed to build to get all the dinosaurs in here from the original Jurassic Park. Because Herrerasaurus was also in the original Jurassic Park. Now you might be wondering, like, hey, what the hell do you mean? Microceratus, Herrerasaurus? Those weren't in the movie. No, they weren't in the movie, but they were in the book of the original Jurassic Park. And also, if you look at the maps from the movie, of the maps of the island, you'll also see these dinosaurs on the map. But yeah, Herrerasaurus was one of the dinosaurs that wasn't in the movie, but it was in the original Jurassic Park. Microceratus, as I said, was also on the original Jurassic Park, but not in the movie. And also, Proceratosaurus was on the island, but not in the movie. Metrocanthosaurus was on the island, but not in the movie. And yeah, furthermore, it's just Brachiosaurus, Parasaurolophus, T-Rex, Velociraptor, Dilophosaurus. And I think that was it. Oh yeah, Triceratops, of course. But yeah, interestingly enough, Herrerasaurus is actually in Jurassic Park the game. Which I've also played on my channel. So, I don't know if there's a link in the description, but if there isn't, I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out. Watch at your own risk, by the way, because it's a pretty old video, so I'll probably have a very weird voice or something like that, because it's very old the time I recorded that. But anyway, in Jurassic Park the game, you have to escape from Herrerasauruses in one part of the level. In one of the levels. You have to escape from Herrerasauruses who attack you. And you have to ride the Bone Shaker roller coaster to avoid them. Which is pretty funny. So yeah, even though they're not in the movie, they are in Jurassic Park the game. Interestingly enough. So there we go, Herrerasaurus. The oldest dinosaurs in the game. And the only Triassic dinosaurs in the game. Up until now. They're not the first dinosaurs, because I believe that is Coelophysis. But they're up there with the oldest guys. Well, this isn't the first car, because the first car is back there arriving, but whatever. I'm not gonna be pedantic about it for now. So yeah, Chasmosaurus and Pentaceratops are in this paddock. So with that, we've got all the ceratopsids in this island. Triceratops, Torosaurus, Sinoceratops, Styracosaurus, Nasutoceratops, Pentaceratops, and Chasmosaurus. All 7
Hylosaurus is heavily armored
ceratopsids.
protect her from most attacks, and her clubbed tail acts as an effective melee weapon in defense.
So we're already talking about Ankylosaurus. We're not even in the paddock yet. Why would you leave the gate open? We're not here yet, and in theory that allows these guys to just wander through. They won't, but in theory they can. But yeah, we've got all the ceratopsids in this on this island. And I believe we also have all the... Well, the only ceratopsid we don't have is the Stegoceratops, but that's a hybrid and that doesn't count. But yeah, I believe we also have all the Hadrosaurs.
Heavily armored quadruped, whose squat build and club-like tail make her instantly recognizable. Ankylosaurus means fused lizard.
So yeah, it's really scary how large these Pentaceratops are. They really stand high on their legs. Oh wow! I'm lucky I'm not in that car. But yeah, look at how incredibly tall these guys are.
Sometimes it is necessary to transport a dinosaur to another enclosure or to the mainland. Such actions are taken by the highly trained ACU teams.
And are you almost off the road? Not really. Come on. I bet you're very thirsty. Go over there and drink something. Or go over there and eat something. Like, all of the Ankylosaurus and Nodosaurus could have entered this paddock by now because of how long that gate's been open because of you.
Pentaceratops is a ceratopsid dinosaur that inhabited North America. Her name means five-horned face.
Yeah, I don't know why it's called five-horned face, because I still only count 3. But I guess they already used Triceratops, so they had to go with something. Oh god. You know what? I'm just gonna exit because this is gonna take a while again. And they've actually closed the gate now. Oh, all those cars have disappeared. Anyways, so you've got Ankylosaurus. Oh, there we go. He's about to fight with the other guy. And we have also some Nodosauruses running around. Much smaller and of course without the tail club. Anyway, so now we are... Okay, please. Oh, that's the feeder. Oh, just started the one that last left the station. How hard can that be? Why does it always go to that one? Like, alright, I've chosen this one now. Okay. What are you doing here? No. There is this one over here. Where is it? Yeah, there. Why not that one? There we go. So yeah, now we are riding the most daredevil, the most thrilling Griosphere ride. This goes through the largest dinosaurs in our park and also the largest carnivores in our park. But first up, we are in Cretaceous South America. And we are in the paddock featuring Dreadnoughtus, those 3 over there, but you can also see the other 2, Giganotosaurus.
Souvenirs are available to purchase at the gift shop.
So yeah, the land of giants. Dreadnoughtus and Giganotosaurus in Cretaceous South America. Of course, the heavy electrified concrete fence holding them in. Especially Giganotosaurus, not necessarily Dreadnoughtus. Although if the Dreadnoughtus wanted to, they could easily probably tear down that fence. Yeah, well, not really. Usually the gyrosphere just sits here and gets knocked around a whole bunch of times. There the Dreadnoughtus is. Yeah, unfortunately no audio just yet. And here we go. Now we have arrived in Cretaceous North Africa again. This time the carnivorous part. The largest carnivore to ever roam the face of the earth. Spinosaurus.
Every dinosaur you see represents countless hours of meticulous work from a wide-ranging team, including geneticists, handlers, and scientists.
Fortunately, no audio about them just yet either.
Spinosaurus lived in
No.
North Africa and is among the largest known theropods and land carnivores to have ever existed.
Alright, and now to, I bet, the most popular attraction of the islands. T-Rex Kingdom. Although it may not be the largest carnivore to have ever existed, it's still the most famous. And my favorite, Tyrannosaurus Rex. And also, if you look closely, there are some Troodon running around. Oh, there's one. Fortunately, I can't zoom when I'm in this thing.
Troodon is Greek for wounding tooth, derived from their venomous serrated teeth. The Troodon stalks her victims after biting. The toxins in her saliva cause hallucinations, followed by paralysis, and finally brain death.
Yeah. The venomous teeth of the Troodon. Still find it weird that they don't have feathers in this game. Because I have only seen Troodon to have feathers up until now. So yeah, here we go. Here's our pack of Troodon. Living in the very large shadow of the T-Rexes who roam this paddock.
Troodon fossils suggests she favored cooler and possibly Arctic areas. Small theropods are famously adaptable, so she does just fine with the tropical weather on the islands.
And here we go, the main attraction of T-Rex Kingdom, of course, the T-Rexes. Troy and Tracy, named after the two T-Rexes from my Minecraft Jurassic Park series. And there we go. We can't see them anymore because we can't turn around or look behind us in this cryosphere. Didn't even hear any audio on the T-Rex.
Want to remember the experience of a lifetime? Then make sure you capture that perfect dinosaur selfie.
Stop talking about dinosaur selfies. Tell me something about T-Rex. Doesn't look like they're gonna. Alright, so we're now on our way back again. We're now heading back through the Spinosaurus paddock again.
relax. The gyrosphere will keep you safe in many situations, even when fully submerged in water.
Oh, I see one Spinosaurus sleeping, but I don't see where the other Spinosaurus is. Can see the Dreadnoughtus, the necks of the Dreadnoughtus is above the fence over there. Oh, there's the other Spinosaurus. He's looking at us. Snap. Snap. Yeah, maybe I should change the path of the cryosphere, that it goes on the other side of this river.
The gyrosphere shell can even withstand a direct impact from an ankylosaur's tail club.
Because the Spinosaurus always stay on that side of the river. And the cryosphere only stays on the other side of the river, so that's kind of, you know... It's not really like they cross each other's paths or anything. But the T-Rex was just unlucky the way we went through. So here we go. Hopefully we can get some information on Dreadnoughtus or Giganotosaurus. Whoa! Hi.
Weighing in over 65 tons, Dreadnoughtus is not just the largest dinosaur ever discovered, she's the largest known animal to have ever walked the earth.
Yeah. Dreadnoughtus. Nature couldn't get them any bigger than this. Apparently. Whoa! Hi! Suddenly I see a bunch of huge jaws right next to me. Jesus Christ, look at how fucking large that thing is. I can barely believe that that is not the largest. I mean, Spinosaurus is larger, of course.
Dreadnoughtus alludes to the dreadnought, a type of battleship, and means fleet sail. These massive dinosaurs likely had no natural predators.
Yeah, when they were adults, yeah. But when they are juveniles, of course, they have a load of enemies. Especially those guys. Who I bet really fancies a juvenile Dreadnoughtus for breakfast. Whoa! Hello?
Dinosaurs will often congregate around feeders and water sources.
Come on, tell me something about Giganotosaurus. Here, we're standing right next to it. Fucking hell. Oh! Yeah, this is not safe distance. Oh, no info on Giganotosaurus. Boo! And just as we enter, Giganotosaurus is... So yeah, our two Giganotosauruses. So yeah, this is the most thrilling of Cryosphere rides. Going through the land of giants with Giganotosaurus and Dreadnoughtus. Then it goes through Cretaceous North. So first it goes through Cretaceous South America, the land of giants with Giganotosaurus and Dreadnoughtus. Then it goes through Cretaceous North Africa with the largest carnivore ever, Spinosaurus. And then it goes through Cretaceous North America with the T-Rex Kingdom and also with Troodon. Although Troodon may not be extremely scary because they're, I believe, the smallest dinosaurs in the game. The T-Rexes, of course, are the main attraction of this paddock. I wouldn't eat that if I were you, because I bet that has been poisoned by a Troodon. I'm pretty surprised, actually, that you managed to get so much meat out of that thing. But yeah, Troy and Tracy are my two T-Rexes. They're both scavenging a little bit. Troy's just scavenging over here. Troy's the alpha, interestingly enough. Usually female T-Rexes are larger and more aggressive. I guess Tracy's is letting it slide right now. She's just like, oh, you wait, you little bitch. I'm gonna be alpha again soon. Yeah, she's panicking. Troy is still the alpha. Anyway, so that is the back part of the park, completely filled with large carnivores for the thrill seekers. And then we have the final area of our park. Over here we have the largest carnivore of Europe, which if you've just been looking at the T-Rexes and the Spinos and whatever, is pretty underwhelming, but hey, at least we have something in Europe. The Metriacanthosaurus, the largest carnivore during the Jurassic. Part of the Megalosaurus family, because they very much look like a Megalosaurus actually, just a smaller version of it. Medium-sized theropods. Yeah. I can hear the T-Rexes on the other side. So yeah, the largest carnivores from Europe, the Metriacanthosaurus, and they were also in the original Jurassic Park, so therefore I had to add them. But not that like I'm complaining or anything, they're pretty cool dinosaurs, even though they're pretty small in comparison to T-Rexes, but at least we also have some medium-sized carnivores, you know? Not only Troodon size and Spinosaurus size, or T-Rex size, we also have something in between, like these guys, Baryonyx. Then I planned to do Myungosaurus here as well, but there was just not enough room, so therefore I left Myungosaurus out. And then the final dinosaurs, same species but a whole bunch of different ones, Proceratosaurus, also in the original Jurassic Park, and back again in our version. And there are a whole bunch of guys in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. To be precise. Yeah, Proceratosaurus. They thought that it was a predecessor of Ceratosaurus, which is why it's called Proceratosaurus. Pro means before Ceratosaurus. Well, Ceratosaurus. But actually these were these were the ancestors of T-Rex. Interestingly enough. So actually the thing should be called Protyrannosaurus instead. But apparently it is incredibly difficult for scientists to change the name once they've chosen it. So they've left the name. Anyway, and that is a tour of the my entire Isla Nublar. And this is how the map looks like. My frame rate actually drops when I open the map. Just because there's so much shit going on. Jurassic Tour Gate opening. So there we go. 45 different dinosaur species on this island. 10,152 guests walking around alive in the park. 20,628 dinosaur rating. And yeah, it's very good. I've got almost 100 on all of the satisfaction ratings. Only dinosaur visibility is less and shopping is on 99. Yeah, well, as you can see, it drops to 99 depending on where everybody is. Because I probably don't have enough staff everywhere. You see now suddenly there's a whole bunch of guys over here, so we need to add extra stuff over there. There's only 5 guys in there. There we go, night vision goggles. Fast foods. Looks like everybody has been listening to the want something memorable? Go to the gift shop thing in the Gryosphere tours and stuff. Because all the souvenir shops are very heavily visited at the moment. So yeah, that is my tour of my version of Isla Nublar, featuring all of the dinosaurs from the original Jurassic Park, among others. Alright, so that is it for not only this episode, but for this series for the time being, because I've already covered the 1.10 update in this episode. So that means this episode is completely done and the series is finished for now. As I said, I will continue this series once there is a new update or new DLC or whatever. I will come back to it and make some episodes depending on how large the DLC or the update is. Maybe just one episode if it's small, maybe a bunch of episodes if it's large. So yeah, that is it for this series. It is the longest running series on my channel right now, 104 episodes, and we have the possibility of more episodes later. So yeah, I'm just gonna have a little look at the T-Rexes in the meantime. So yeah, my final thoughts on the game, I might as well get them out right now, because even though I will make new episodes, I think it's best to get those final thoughts out right now. Do I like the game? Oh my god, yes, I love this game. It's a very, very nice game, very well made. There are a few things that I don't really like. Tour cars being able to be shoved around by a Struthiomimus. Dinosaurs walking straight through each other. Like they don't have mass. Hey, look at that. Tracy's the alpha now. The way that a fucking Velociraptor breaks through a electrified concrete fence by bashing its head against it. You know, stuff like that. But in the general picture, that's just nitpicking in comparison to the rest of the game. The mechanics are very nice. I do quite like that the dinosaurs have their specific needs a bit, you know. That some like a bunch more forest than others. I also kind of like what they've done with the paleobotany, although I would have liked it that there was no harming part in it. I like that they have like specific plants that they need, but I don't really like the fact that they're being harmed by it, because that kind of like forces you to not put certain dinosaurs together. For example, Dryosaurus, which I've added in this safari over here. Dryosauruses are harmed by everything that the Stegosaurus likes. So, and they both eat from ground herbivore feeders, so in theory, you cannot put Stegosaurus and Dryosaurus together in one paddock. Unless you use regular feeders, which is what I have to do. Because otherwise it just doesn't work. Because everything the Stegosaurus likes, the Dryosauruses are harmed by it. And even though they lived in the same area, in the same era, they probably lived together, they've seen each other many times during history. Even then, you know, even with that, it's still, they're still harmed by it. They're still harmed by the things that Stegosaurus eats on a daily basis. So that's kind of weird, kind of annoying. I wish the harming part was gone. Just the positive thing, you know? Like, you can't, like, the option is that you can do it, and then there are only positives that you can get from it. You have to choose which plants. and just not really worry about the harming thing. That's kind of a weird thing in my opinion. What else do I like? I like all the huge amount of dinosaurs. Really like it. Like the huge variety, and of course they're still adding new stuff. The Nasutosaurus was free with the updates. They got DLC, which adds a whole bunch of dinosaurs. The Claire's Sanctuary DLC was also very nice. Just adds a little bit of a campaign, like tiny campaign thing through it. The Sanctuary was a bit weird to understand, and I really didn't really understand it by the time I was doing it. But whatever, I managed to get it done eventually. Secrets of Dr. Wu. Yeah, it was interesting. I basically did it for the, what was the dinosaur that we could get from there? Troodon. Essentially only did the Secrets of Dr. Wu for the Troodon Island, for the Troodon edition, and not necessarily for the hybrids, because I really, really don't care about the hybrids. I really find that not an interesting aspect at all. I mean, I was kind of alright with it in Jurassic World, the movie, where they added the Indominus. I was like, okay, sure, I'll roll with it. But now they're gonna go. But in this game, they went so much further with it, like Indoraptor and Stegoceratops and Kylodokus and whatever. And I am totally not interested in any of that. I only want normal dinosaurs, and I'm not interested whatsoever in the hybrids. That could just be me. I bet there are a whole bunch of people that are completely in love with the hybrids, but me personally, I really don't care about the hybrids. So if you're like me, really don't care about the hybrids, the only reason why you would want to buy the Secrets of Dr. Wu DLC is if you want Troodon, because that's the only dinosaur that's in there that is a normal dinosaur. So yeah, if you really want to spend that money just for Troodon, then you should buy it. Otherwise, you could just ignore the Secrets of Dr. Wu DLC, because if you're not interested in hybrids just like me, there's not really anything interesting for you in there, except for the extra islands, but they're not really special, those islands. So yeah, the only thing, there are some critique things that I really quickly want to say. Some of the minor things that I've already mentioned, like those tiny things, cars being shoved around by TheMBmulti. Dinosaurs walking through each other like they don't have any mass. Carnivores fighting with each other a whole lot. Like a way too much a lot. Especially carnivores that can actually... Because I've modified Allosaurus to be together. So in theory, they should be on their own. But I've modified them to be together. Same with T-Rex. But even dinosaurs that can be together, like Giganotosaurus and Spinosaurus, they fight a little bit too much, in my opinion. They're like they're walking normally for a little bit, and then they're fighting, eating, drinking, walking, fighting, eating, drinking, walking, fighting. I really would have liked them if they toned that down just a little bit. I mean, look at them. These guys are already fighting again. I don't mind them fighting occasionally, but it looks a bit weird. Because the fighting itself, not really fighting, they're just standing and roaring and that's it. If there was like a little bit of more animation to it, that would have been pretty cool. What else is there? That I don't really like. Buildings, maybe a bit more buildings. Maybe also like the way that people work and buildings, because... For example, this is an extremely busy area, but then the arcade is completely empty. The toy shop is completely empty. This fast food thing is completely empty. The bowling alley is completely empty. Fossil zone is completely empty, even though there are fuck tons of people. And just because there should be a lot of people here, should automatically also mean at least some of them will wander into some of these shops just by nature, you know? And also maybe some more shops. Don't really know what else you could add, but perhaps... not really necessary, by the way, but could be a funny addition. Just a couple more buildings, maybe a couple more shops, maybe a couple more things to visit, to view the dinosaurs. Maybe viewing domes, like in Operation Genesis, where you like build one entrance here and then a tunnel underneath, and then a viewing dome in the paddock. Could be a funny addition. And also the one thing that I'm still really missing is a island generator. I really like that they've added the sandbox thing that they've added. that you can have sandbox on all islands and save them separately. That is very nice. But the only thing I would really like is a island generator. Just you could add it. You could combine it with the sandbox on all islands. Then you've got like, here I'll show you actually. Save it here. Because otherwise, exit the main menu, not quit the entire game. Oh, hi T-Rex. I've never seen this loading screen before. Probably because I never exit the menu. I always, when I'm done recording, I always quit the entire game. So yeah, here, as you can see, this is new, the sandbox thing. And here you can, you know, go to this side of the sandbox or whatever. Then what I really would have liked is if you had like one extra option here. Mystery Island or something, you could call it whatever you want. Mystery Island or something like that. And you click that and then you come to an island generator where you can decide how large you want the island to be, how small you want the island to be, how many hills or mountains you want on it, how many trees and all that stuff. That would be amazing. If they could add that, then the game, in my opinion, is as complete as I would like it to be. Then I can forget about all the minor things that I've been nitpicking on, like just now. Like the cars, and the cryospheres, and the dinosaurs not having any mass, and the weirdness of velociraptors smashing their head against a concrete wall. I can forget that. I can ignore that if they add an island generator. I can ignore all those nitpicky things and just be happy. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm really missing here. But other than that, amazing game. Very nicely done. And it looks, of course, fantastic. It plays very nicely. It's just pretty cool. It's just very cool. And with all the new stuff that they're still adding, I mean, they're still continuously updating the game with a whole bunch of features. It's just like, you know, it is definitely... It has been a very long wait for a sequel to Operation Genesis, but I think the wait is rather worthwhile by all of the stuff that they're adding, and they're listening to the community. Oh my god. Okay, sorry about that. I thought the game, I've been recording for 1.5 hours straight in one take, and I thought the game was going to crash, or my recording software is going to crash. So preemptively, I had to stop the recording just to make sure that it didn't crash. So I got scared there a bit. So yeah, as I said, it has been a while to wait for a sequel of Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, but I think wow, because I do think that this is a worthy sequel. It's not really a sequel. I mean, it's not like Operation Genesis number 2, but essentially it is, you know. It kind of is. Even though it isn't, it kind of is. And I'm not afraid to say that this, I think this lives, that this is a worthy sequel. Not really saying that it is living up to the same thing, because there's still a whole bunch of features from Operation Genesis that I really would have liked to see in this game. Among, of course, random island generation, a whole bunch of other management things that I really would like from Operation Genesis to be implemented into this game as well. So I'm not really saying that Operation Genesis that this is better, because I bet once I do that, with all of the updates and the continuous support from the developers and how they listen to the community and how they update things and whatever, I do think that this is a very, it isn't, it just is at the exact same time. So that is my closing statement about this. Like, let you guys know what to expect from the game. If you haven't bought the game yourself, then you can of course watch me play it and then see what I think about it, and then make your judgment of whether you want to buy the game or not. But essentially, of course, that's not the reason why I'm doing this, but that's kind of like the side thing. This is why I'm doing my closing statements as well at the end of every Let's Play. So yeah. Should you buy this game? Well, since I've spent 104 episodes on this game, I would recommend it, yes. It would be very terrible if I would say no right now. Spending 104 episodes of making videos on this game and then just saying, yeah, fuck this game, fuck this. Anyway, whether you want to buy it, of course, whether you want to buy it or not is completely up to you, whether you want it or not. But, well, there we go. There's my opinion about the game. I'm not going to repeat it again. You just have to rewind the video a little bit and then you can rewatch it again, what I think about it. Anyway, hope you Romans enjoyed the video and hope you Romans enjoyed the Let's Play. Oh man, 104, the longest running series on my channel. As I said, once there will be new updates of the game, I will return with the game. I will make new episodes. I'll just continue numbering them. So the next episode will be 105. If there is new stuff, a new update, a new DLC, something like that, I will make a new episodes if it is large. And you will see this game return from time to time until, of course, development fully stops, which at some point will just happen. Yeah, there we go. I'm done here. So I don't really know what is going to be on Monday and Wednesday, because of course when this series stops, Monday and Wednesday are open for something else. I don't really know. I actually have one game that I want to play. I don't know how long it is. Maybe it may be very long, maybe very short. I don't even know. I think I'll do that in the meantime, and then in the meantime figure out, or maybe do a poll where you guys can vote on what type of game you want to see on Monday and Wednesday. Maybe I won't do anything on Monday and Wednesday for a little while, because I also have the Minecraft SCP series, and making less videos in the week gives me more time to prepare for the Minecraft adventure, which of course I also need to do. And I need to do a lot of preparations for that. So when I've got less other things to worry about, that could be useful. But again, that's all speculation. I don't really know all of that just yet. Anyway, what is for certain is that next week, Monday, there will be a new Let's Play on Monday and Wednesday. I don't know how long it is. I'm guessing it's going to be fairly short, although I don't really know yet. And that's going to be a temporary fill until I have got the until I've got something else. Until I've decided I've finally decided what I wanted to do, you know? But I've decided that I'm not going to do anything just yet, so that I've got more time for the Minecraft adventure to prepare and record and whatever. Or maybe I'm going to do something else or whatever, I don't know. So yeah, that is it for Jurassic World Evolution for now. Hope you almost enjoyed the video, hope you almost enjoyed the series. If you want to watch any of my episodes from the Jurassic World Evolution series, there is a playlist at the end of the video. In the end screen, you can click on it. Everything is very nicely organized in perfect order from 1 to 104, so you can watch everything if you want to. Also, in the description of the video are some other Jurassic Park or Jurassic Park related videos that are Let's Plays that I've done in the past. Click on it, check it out. I bet you will like it if you like Jurassic Park stuff. Also, there's some annotation, some YouTube cards at the top right. Check that out as well if you want to. There's some other Let's Plays that I've done, and yeah, maybe you'll enjoy those as well. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you guys in... Hey, T-Rex. I did never know that the T-Rex would make sound on the menu. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys next... Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow, which will be a Minecraft SCP video. And for the rest, I'll see you in my Minecraft survival series, perhaps, or perhaps in the new series on Monday and Wednesday. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Click the like button underneath if you did. Subscribe to become part of the Roman army, so you never miss any of my videos. You can do that by clicking the subscribe button that will appear over the left of here, or the subscribe button that is underneath every video. See you later, Romans. Ave.